we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
All right, let's have a dominating performance.
Badgers offense will go on the attack first. And aren't we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, we'll be looking forward to see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Defenses, that's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out a little bit.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I know.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. And the Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. The give from the gun. Runs through a tackle.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Finds a tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Now for the ball. Hold up, Kyle.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Michigan Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the 2nd half of the season and make that Heisman push?
There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they've built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Forced out of the pocket. The sure hands, it's Brown. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting his defense on alert early.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage, strung together.
Got enough space. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is. Gets in the end zone, gets 6.
That was my boy, though. That boy Deacon. You just wanted to hit somebody. You could have ran it out.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
I just have a better defensive stand here. I don't think coming past the 50.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
Nothing past the 50.
Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll try it over the left side.
Oh, come on now, boy.
Spins away from the defense. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Badgers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
People out there.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
That was me.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. While they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Back to throw. It's Bueno. Pressure coming.
Oh, my God.
The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Red pass, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quick completion on the out route. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Badgers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Now, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you can tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. To the air, it's Bueno. Into the end zone.
Oh my God.
Touchdown, Badgers. Fit it
He
in the
literally did
window
not
for the
cover.
score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a
That just
QB
don't
and
make
a
no
wide
sense.
receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The offense changing the play. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Crazy work, bro.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They make the stop.
Trying to get my boy.
Enough yardage for a first down.
Trying to get my boy.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again.
Ooh.
Got room to work. There he goes. Running inside the 20. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. The Wolverines have this offense rolling. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Here's the handoff.
Let's go.
Touchdown, Michigan!
That's a Heisman Trophy winner, baby.
Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with you guys.
All right, defense. Man, coverage.
Lining up to add another.
Hunted in the
extra
face.
point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Trying to get that turnover. Get that separation.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to throw, it's Bueno. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Fires to the big fella. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's 50 mil. Okay.
We reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in second.
They
had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So here comes the Michigan offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll try the run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Guys, let's chat about Michigan. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. The Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. It can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver, the split end position, and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
And the Wolverines come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He's going to look for a man on third and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Brown. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
From the gun, give on the inside.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The Wolverines come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. We always talk about the Wisconsin ground game, but the Badgers have had some efficient quarterbacks in recent years, too.
And just finding the guy that fits, right? They're a scheme fit, a system fit. Finding that guy that can be a complement to the run.
Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the air. It's Bueno. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. First 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
He stopped well short of the line to gain at the 22. Not a chip shot field goal, but certainly makeable. We'll see what they do on 4th down. No good. And it is still a 4-point deficit.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
The give to the tailback. At the 35, he's open. Ripping through the defense. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and days like this can put you up with those legendary Michigan runners.
And that's why you come to Michigan. You know you're going to get fed. You are going to be a back that gets the football, that chews up yards, that always has a lot of success and gets a ton of carries.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Might be calling a hot route. Lost to fire on 2nd down. Got his man to the left. Finally corralled and not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll give it to the back. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Trying to barge their way in. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Looking to throw, it's Bueno. A strike downfield. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They're working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Floating away. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. The Badgers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that, they're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Jeffrey. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that 2nd half in Ann Arbor. And talk about a 1st half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around.
Lots of room to run. Touchdown, Wolverine. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you can add my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
I mean, on this alignment, we saw that That right side was pretty empty. We knew that if we got one block, that's all we would need. So we switched from a drag route focus to a quick pitch. Now we got the block we needed right there from our Heisman contending back. Amazing. And this is all about angles here. Cut up early, hoping that the speed would take care of it. That's what it did. And then it was all Spence from there. We got a late lunge. That nigga big.
Try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Texas A&M is in serious trouble right now. I'm not sure some folks won't be asking for a refund on their NIL investment. A putrid performance in College Station. They're trailing by 28 to Missouri. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 20. He's at the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
And the Badgers will try to punch it in on first and goal. Back to pass. It's Bueno. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Touchdown, Wisconsin! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Whoa.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
One more
Couldn't
block.
find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Motion from the wideout. Running to the left.
Come on.
Searches across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Let him get up, put it out.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
To the air on second down. Caught close to the marker. It's Jeffrey. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
The offense setting up shop at the 46. First and 10. On the move. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's second and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Quarterback may change this route. They're looking to throw on second and short. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Burke or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Jeffrey.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Wolverines are threatening in the red zone. Going to swing it on second down. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Michigan!
Yeah, let's go Heisman, boy.
6 more on the board with that trip to the house. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Lord, hold on. Ooh. Let's go back and peek them ankles that we left out there. Okay, we know it's me. Ooh, okay. We saw it. We knew what time it was. We gonna break down. Ooh, 11. Ooh, dead body. Dead body. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let me stop playing with the game. Okay.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. He uncorks one deep. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense.
Turning it on. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. He's like a loose bowler, just caroms his way to the 32. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Quarterback on the keep. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
The defense, I think, was just more physical. fourth down, guys. That was a design quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense.
Huh?
I said I didn't know where my bonnet was, but then I picked up a Hogwarts robe, and I was like, that's fine.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. He's already busted 150 yards on the ground. Couple of big runs, and he might take aim at the Michigan record set by Ron Johnson of a cool 347 on the ground.
Wow, well, that's aggressive, Reese. That's a little ways down the road, probably, but that just shows you how well they commit to the run game. Year after year, if you're a Michigan Wolverine, you're going to run the football. So, heck, it's no different when you got this guy in the backfield. I'm going to keep feeding him.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice throw to pick up yardage.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The give to the single back. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They took it 68 yards on that drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
Take that.
Looking to pass. It's Bueno. They'll run the screen.
Come on.
They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. they got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Now the play fake.
Ooh.
Got his man quickly. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. The Badgers are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
My freshman his sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
Give me that.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the fourth quarter. Get your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Plummer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
That play had zero shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. They'll leave it with the lone back.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. They've got the screen set up. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. They'll run it from the gun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. We're interested to see what the offense does on this next one.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And I'm just not sure where to put him blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. They've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle, and the guy made it look like he was going to pick up the 1st, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up for.
There he goes, running into the open space. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. And the Badgers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Complete to the right.
Come on now.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an play for the 1st down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and...
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Badger. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. So here comes the Michigan offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Starting to feel a little pressure. Fires on the move.
Oh, he got hit.
To stop the threat. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air, it's Bueno. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return.
Big deal, son.
Touchdown, Wolverine! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Maryland has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in College Park. They're up by just 1 over Michigan State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the counter. Makes a pass to Marker. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
They go to the draw, and they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and
the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. Timeout call here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Yeah, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver.
Breaks into the open. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the 2nd level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was...
And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him out.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Blasted as he lets it go. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they've put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They've dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week, and that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players, they've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.